Welcome back to the PokerStars.net Caribbean adventure from the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas. Victor Blom won last year's Super High Roller event here. Who will win this year's? It's down to 4, and Doc Sands, who came in as the big chip leader, still has the monster chip lead, 8.4 million. The second biggest stack, 3.1 million. Those chips belonging to Nick Schulman. Carrie Katz is clinging on in there with 16 big blinds, as is Scott Seaver, as the blinds go up to 50 and 100,000 with a 10K ante. It's James Hartigan, rejoined by Joe Stapleton. I think Vanessa Russo is still loitering around somewhere. Maybe she'll be back with us in a few moments, States.
Yeah, I think she's scheduled to come back in a few hours from now. You know, those team pros are constantly pulled every which way. I did get a funny personal email on the break. This is from Lance Bradley, editor of Bluff Magazine, who titled the email, WTF. How have you not used Cats has 9 lives yet? And my answer to that question is, I don't know. I don't know how I didn't get there, Lance, but thank you for that. That made me lol. That lol cats me. Maybe it should be, though, can I has 9 lives? Can't wait for the dinner break so I can have cheeseburger.
The irony being that they are actually serving cheeseburgers for dinner.
Like 70 people. Oh my God. I wouldn't put it past you.
So yes, the Twitter hashtag is PCALive. The email address is nuts@pokerstars.tv. Let's get back to the action. We have seen 92 hands so far at this final table, so this will be hand number 93.
And it had rebuys, and I know a bunch of people that fired off. I couldn't find a number anywhere, but so it's like minimum 45. Wow, it's probably like 60 or something. 50, 100.
Speaking of firing off, 59 total entries in this event at 100,000 apiece. Quite a few reloads.
Button raise from Scott Seaver. Fold from Katz in the small. Doc Sands in the big.
Well, it would stand to reason. Wow. Folds the ace to the button raise. That is tight.
Looks like it was ace 3. Ace of clubs, 3 of spades. Yeah, it's an interesting debate. If you've just joined us on PCALive, some of the players, mainly Doc Sands and Scott Seaver, have been reticent about showing the hole card cameras their cards, particularly before the hand is over when there's still betting action taking place. And some people find it quite interesting that it creates a certain sweat element. Others are furious about it. I don't think that the production team has intervened yet. For future events, I guess it's something we need to think about. Should it be compulsory that they show their hole cards? It is in the T's and C's.
It is in the T's and C's, you know, and a lot of players, you know, I've been on both sides of this because I haven't always been part of the production team. Granted, I am not a player, but I've had my fist-shaking moments at the TV crews before, back when I was in the print media. Looks like we have a hand developing here. I'll get off my soapbox for a second.
A raise, a 3-bet, and a fold.
Now, a lot of players will complain they don't like playing at the TV table. They don't want to show their hole cards. The lights bother them, this, that. Unfortunately, the fact of the matter is 100K events exist because of television. I cannot think of a 100K or more event that's ever happened that wasn't televised. Therefore, TV is the reason we're all here. So I understand it might be annoying, but that's part of it. You're sort of paying the piper. It's one of the necessary evils in order to get people together to play things like this. It happens so that we can make TV shows out of it. So unfortunately, we do need your hole cards. I don't really know what the huge difference is between showing them before the hand or after the hand, other than the fact that they trust our integrity maybe in some way, which, by the way, there's so much security and so much goes in to protecting integrity. Boy, we got quite the talking to before every one of these events, and we can't even really screw up. But they take it very, very seriously, and you know, unfortunately, the cameras are why we're here.
How much is it?
1,530. 15.3 blind.
Sands facing the all-in from Seaver, having raised his button.
I call.
And he calls. Well, Siva is ahead with the ace-7, crushing the ace-5. There are some split pot possibilities, though. More than a quarter of the time, this will be a chop.
Yeah, I'm all in. 7-5? That one I'll take. That's the one I'll take. Slash all of them I would take once you say that.
Nick Shulman claiming he folded the 4-5 of diamonds, and we can actually confirm he did fold the 4-5 of diamonds.
King heart, 6 of diamonds, queen of clubs.
6 is a fantastic card to see.
I'll take one more of them since you like it so much.
And a fantastic card to see.
I'm not even picky about which 6.
Well played, Doc.
Turn card, please.
Touche.
Card of Jack.
Pretty damn good card for you.
Those chop possibilities closing in at 60%.
Really high up there on good cards.
You know what they say, Joe? Everyone loves a chop pot.
Especially Doc Sands.
River card, please.
But he'd still rather have a 5.
Card is the ace of hearts.
Pair of aces with king, queen, jack. We'll see this pot chopped up.
Scott might be smiling on the outside.
That was also high up there on the hierarchy of good cards.
To Denny, who sends big regards from Bosnia. And also hello to Matt, who says PCALive is riveting, makes me want to run to Canada and get back on stars. Hashtag if only.
Wasn't sure there were any Americans watching.
Yeah.
Particularly keen to hear from you if you're staying up late on the other side of the Atlantic, or you've got up really early, somewhere in the Australia-type part of the world. Always keen to hear from you. Your questions, your comments, your random observations. Nuts at pokerstars.tv on the emails. Use the hashtag PCALive on Twitter.
Well, Doc's raised it up with at least a 6. 10, 6 of spades. Someone just calls with those big suited connectors.
Call. That hold from the small, carry in the large.
ICANN has a big hand.
What'd you start with, Nick? 3?
A little over.
Yeah.
King
thanks.
Jack.
The best hand.
How does he not reshove there?
James, we don't ask these things.
I apologize. Wow. Well, he has 2 overs and the second nut flush draw. He'll surely be happy to go with this, but is he going to get any action from anyone? Doc Sands with just a gut shot. Shulman's whiffed this flop completely.
Now, if he's going to will check. That's a way to get your buddy off.
Yeah, exactly.
Page the doctor.
Paging Doc Sands.
Thanks to Johan, who's just tweeted that Holland is still here. Nice to have you watch.
Holland's one of the good ones. We don't want to lose Holland.
I wonder how Daniel Negreanu feels about Doc Sands' views on tank TV tables and tanking. Very well known.
I'm all in. All in.
Feller. Like he's got a shot clock on.
Will this time fold pretty quickly. But seriously, I mean, is Doc Sands the kind of player who would...
He's one of the players that we're talking about when they bring
Right.
up a shot clock rule. Think that he's done anything outrageous thus far.
Quite busy out Atlantis Poker Room. Imperial Ballroom of the
Take the same if you see.
open shove from Siva with A7.
How much is it?
1-5.
Snap call. Or reshove, actually, yeah.
There we go.
Cats top of Siva's all in. Fold. Now Siva is A7 against.
Haven't seen any binkage for a while.
Has the equity and will need to hit to survive, or we could be down to 3.
Go broke.
Also good for the 9s.
Broken down and
Cats is,
confirmed.
he wants the Scott wants the poker gods to know that his payoff out there.
And then ace on the turn, which sees Siva move in front.
That's all it took.
Cats is drawing to 2 outs. He has got lucky on the river once before, but not this time. Doubles up Scott Siva. And with that double up, Scott 0.15 million. He's second on the leaderboard.
5 and 5,000.
And Katz goes back to being the short stack. He is the super short stack now with fewer than 8 big blinds.
I gotta figure here. Just take it.
And play reinforced.
One green, one blue.
Hello to Tom, who says just woke up at 20 to 8 in Western Australia, enjoying the coverage. Says staying up all night for the on my loving the commentary on PokerStars.com. Regards from great reception up here, surprisingly. And a request from Europe to the technical guys. Could you roll under the his tanking street?
I really don't think it's been that bad. This particular.
And just a reminder, those for one, and asking about the open tour. Don't forget the PokerStars blog will the side events and the main event here in the
Hold it around 2 in the small blind. Jack 9 off. He's gonna get there. He's there. He is. There he goes. It.
2-7.
and quickly.
Sorry, I didn't know you were supposed to.
Watching PCALive from Finland. It's 2 a.m. here, but I can't skip it. The happy birthday, you guys. You indeed. Happy 20.
Happy birthday.
You've just joined us. Here's how it went down. The first few hands we lost. Then we lost Vladimir. And then on hand number 7, we lost Jen. Someone out in Queen. 4 players we have now. And we seem to have been four-handed for a real long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Any of these guys?
asking for the password for the... I know that. Victor Blom of name the password after him. Blom, B lowercase. Get yourself registered. You'll find the tournament in the PC tournament lobby. Good luck if you play.
Talks a little. All this is suited. That suit much stronger.
Big cards that genuinely connect are always going to have the edge.
Especially when your suit is nutted. How cute does Doc want to get? Is it a fold or the slowest click back of all time?
He folds.
Oh.
As Nick rakes in those chips, let's say hello to Elias. He says Denmark's still here too, just sitting here drinking coffee and having a lot of fun.
Denmark. It's one of the good ones.
And Jamie says, I'm in Canada, Nova Scotia, watching at 7:47 p.m. Good luck to all the remaining players.
Canada, that's one of the good ones.
A reminder that the free roll is starting in 25 minutes time. So get yourself registered using that password that is on your screen now. Apparently, and this is Rob who's given me an update on Twitter, there are still over 10,000 seats available in that free roll.
I find that hard to believe. Of the 1 million people listening to this, there's still 10,000 seats available.
Ben has just tweeted from Lithuania. He says, we never sleep.
Oh, Lithuania, that's one of the good ones.
And then we've got James Gray, who says, only just got on the PCA live stream after too much red wine. Great to see Jonah Hill going deep in a big tournament.
I feel like Scott Seaver has evolved beyond Jonah Hill. I think Jonah Hill looks like Scott Seaver now.
A special hello to those of you watching on your mobile devices. In case you're not aware, there was a big update to the PokerStars TV app this morning, which now means you can not only watch the archive TV shows, you can also watch the live streams. So you can watch us now, you can watch the live stream. We'll bring you the final table of the main event and of the high roller. And a quick reminder that the next leg of the EPT, which is in Deauville in February, every single day of the tournament, we brought to you live on PokerStars.tv. From day 1A through to the final table.
And it's a walk for Nick Schulman.
George is back with us. Says, nice broadcast and thank you for the recap. I had to skip a couple of hours to have a drink. I was afraid it would already be over by now. I mean, if you were watching early doors, you'd have been justified in thinking that it'd be over by now, but it did slow down, and four-handed action has been going on for a long time now.
By the way, if you had to take a couple hours off to have a drink, you must be drinking at Doc Sands speed.
Nate Higgins says, Estonia up and running as well. 1:50 in the morning at the moment.
Estonia, now that's one of the good ones.
Krishnan says, time to get the matchsticks for the eyelids. Enjoying this too much for my first live stream. Want me to find out where Krishnan is? He's in Scotland.
Yeah.
Scotland, one of the good ones.
That was my personal goal.
So this is the main event, day 1A. Johnny Lodden among the pros playing on day 1A. Of course, there'll be a much bigger field on day 1B. Notice that Johnny Lodden's got Jason Kuhn at his table. Timothy Adams as well, by the looks of things. Our TV coverage of the main event starts from day 1B. And of course, we will be live streaming the final table here on PokerStars.tv. That's next Sunday.
Well, I have no honey in mine. Did somebody get one with honey?
No, we all asked for plain.
Oh dear.
Can I get a plain one?
Someone get some honey. Doc Sands cannot have tea without honey.
Yeah. Can I get plain one also?
I'm on.
That's what I get for getting it.
I'm on, Scott. Option for you.
Usually when someone's rushing the action like that, reminding someone it's their term, sometimes means you have a big hand.
Action's here,
Oh, sorry about that.
and he went all in before Scott has done anything.
700 and
What is Scott asking for?
Well, there's a slight problem here because the action was on Scott in the small blind.
If he Luca.
It basically works out because I limp and then that's all in.
Right, but or you can go all in and then he has.
And then
to
he
save
has
it.
free option to do whatever. So
Kat said I'm all in before Scott had done
promise you I'm
anything.
not folding.
I know.
He went all in the big
I'll show it
blind
to you. I got a
before
big
Scott
hand.
has acted.
Let's see what this big hand was.
yeah.
Just trying to save you money.
You're not usually,
it.
oh, ace-5. Not as big as I would have guessed. He's certainly anxious to get the hand over with, though. Boy, I hope nobody's driving all this tea at the table.
Thank you.
Try and get through some more of these tweets. Rui in Portugal.
Oh, that's one of the good ones.
Moro in Switzerland. Still awake. And you funny, Stapes.
The letter U? By the way, Switzerland, one of the good ones.
Christian Faulkner says, hoping Scott Seaver ships it. He deserves it after bubbling last year.
Oh, that's right. Awkward.
It's a string call.
Exactly.
The man, the myth, the legend that is Kevmath says, pretty strong that every day of the EPT Deauville main event will air live on PokerStars.tv. You're welcome.
That's putting it nicely.
I'm all in.
Kerry Katz flops top pair. Insta ships. Donk shoves. Unorthodox. Yet again, Mr. Katz. Kerry Katz unorthodox in the litter box.
With 12 big blinds. Antonin says, I've just won a tournament on PokerStars for $1,700 while watching your stream, so you brought me luck. Thanks, guys. What's our percentage?
I need nothing other than the special tweet that I just received. Thank you, Antonin, and congratulations.
One stack of 40 just so you're happy.
C-Menx says, watching from
I
Iowa.
don't want to get Dave's bad sign.
Iowa,
You don't want to see him.
never heard of it.
I'm all in.
All in.
1 million.
It's like 1-1.
Yeah. 115. Or no,
I'm not slow rolling you. I've
no
only
problem.
looked at one card.
Take your time. I think I was good.
If you weren't good, you were getting called, my friend.
Stefan says, Belgium, still up and watching. Can't wait for some free roll action.
Belgium is one of the good ones.
Snedden predicts this is going to go on a while because he tweets, going to be absolutely ruined tomorrow, 100% worth it.
Do you think that it's a good strategy to play day 1A of the main event, considering like all the big ballers are probably playing the open face Chinese event? It's probs what I would have done.
I mean, I understand why more people play day 1B because you don't have to like stay here as long, so you can save money on hotel rooms. But if you're here, I would totally do it because I quite like the idea of having a day off.
Right, yeah.
I'm big on time off.
It's an interesting concept. We should look into that for us. Thank you. That was the quickest I'd ever been answered by a producer in my life. Day off, not happening.
I'm not trying to be high maintenance. I just can't.
Where's the statistics I asked for?
Stacks are important right now.
Rob asks the
right
obvious follow-up question to the revelation about the Deauville
One of the
project.
good ones.
Will Jay Hartigan and Stapes be working full-time at Deauville?
What is your definition of full-time?
I think he's basically saying, will there be anywhere else or just us? Just us. That's
the
right.
two of us.
2 of us for 7 continuous days, you lucky people.
I'm going to have to not speak for 3 days leading up to the event,
You win.
just to rest my larynx.
I think life's a little more fun if you have an open mind. You know?
I agree. It's very well said.
If all the remaining players want to take it. Okay, we'll talk about it when we get there.
Nick Schulman definitely has an open mind. How else would he be able to rock that goatee?
No, 2 more levels. 2 more levels.
Who's the most aggressive player at this table before the flop? Scott Seaver.
Yeah.
Voluntarily putting money into the pot 40% of the time. Doc Sands been the chip leader this entire day. Not the most aggressive pre-flop.
No, it's 60 is the.
Ratting me out here.
60 is the minimum.
It's either an hour or an hour and a half. Right. I think we all
Entering
agree on
not
that.
the most amount of pots. I guess he is the most
would-
aggressive
I would
pre-flop,
definitely prefer an
raising
hour over an hour
when
and
he
a half.
most often when he does enter pots.
Raised.
Adrian
That's
Adrian
fair.
from Norway says, is Norway one of the good ones?
Norway, yeah, of course they're one of the good ones.
Got a question from Sam in Belgium on the emails, which we'll get to after this hand. Scott Seaver has
much
raised
you
his
have,
button, and Doc Sands has got King 3 in the big blind.
The last 2 sets. I call.
Yeah, let's see it.
I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I call.
You wouldn't have been happy about it.
What'd you say?
Oh, you wouldn't have been happy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
You wouldn't have been very good.
Don't talk with your mouth full, young man.
Yeah, exactly.
Wrong, you would have been 57%.
Why can't he tank while he's
Sounds
eating?
almost exactly right to me.
Also, the wrapper is... Ugh. Let's quickly get to Sam in Belgium's question. He's asking about the whole day 1, day
Probably
1B
close
thing.
my eyes as the board ran
Why
out,
is
to
it
be
called day
honest.
1B and not day
Depends what
2?
you're going
Players
for,
can
really.
buy in for day 1A
Nothing's
and day
changed that,
1B?
but,
Can you explain that,
You're
please?
right.
It's not an and, it's an or, my friend. You can buy in for day 1A or day 1B.
Raised.
Day 2
100.
is the second day of the tournament. I'm sure if you could buy in for day 2, a lot of people would want to do that, but you can't.
The idea is to have 2 separate flights, as we call it. So half the field plays on day 1A, the second half on day 1B, and then the remaining players merge on day 2.
Good question. Sick merge, bro.
According to Vinny, PCALive is the #1 trending topic.
Vinny. It must be from Norway.
How do you see what the top topics are?
The thing is, your trending topics are individualized to you. They know where you are. They know what you're into. They know what kind of people you follow. So it's not as popular as you think.
Oh.
As long as Justin Bieber's out there, we'll never be the #1 trending topic.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry to burst everyone's
Thanks
bubble.
for that. I was like excited for a whole 15 seconds before you came along, Mr. Bad News Bear.
Scott Seaver's taking this flop dominated. Calling a raise from Doc Sands.
Sands is the only player with a club in his hand. And it's all clubs on that flop.
Seaver does have a gut shot. 7 of clubs, no good for him.
That bet will do it.
240 was the bet, but
Doc Sands has maintained this chip lead without playing super aggro at all. It's pretty surprising that everyone else is still just clinging to life here.
Julio says, my biggest accomplishment in poker is you guys reading my tweet about Doc Sands.
2 accomplishments in 1 day, can you believe it?
And then we've got Lars, who says, you guys in the commentary booth doing a great job. Thanks from Sweden. Thank you for watching.
Sweden, one of the good ones.
I have to ask, as many other people are on Twitter, are there any bad ones?
Maybe. Not a huge fan of Antarctica.
2 total.
Something tells me that PCALive is not tweeting and is not trending in Antarctica.
Zamunda, not one of my favorite countries.
I don't know.
Valverde?
Almost one of the good ones. Krablakistan. That's a fake one, right?
It is a fake one.
Okay, good. I don't really want to.
It's the one from Austin Powers.
Okay, thank God.
That would be awesome if you actually thought genuine country was fake.
Yeah. The hate mail's pouring in right now from the Krablakistanians. Doc Sands gets a walk on that hand.
According to Carlos, PCALive is the #1 trending topic in the UK. Is that possible?
Hey, I'm no social media expert.
We need to get this verified. We need fact. Sorry to kind of call into question the information you're providing,
If
but
only PokerStars employed a social media department that could answer questions like this.
that's a really good point.
Okay.
Maybe the Fat Cat should get on that.
Oh, and in answer to Campo, who asks, how late do they play? Until there is only one.
They play a total of 9 innings. And at the end of those 9 innings, whoever has the most chips wins.
They are playing to a conclusion tonight. They'll play till there is a winner. Stand by for another round of how much does this cost?
sorry.
To see how this hand plays
How much
out.
does it cost?
So-
It.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Joe.
This one involves physical fitness here at the Atlantis.
Well, there's the fold from Shulman. So go for it, Mr. Stapleton.
All right, it's a new trend in poker, health. Everyone's more health conscious. Everyone's working out now, eating better. How much does it cost? We're going to make this a 2-parter. For a, no, we probably can't because it'd be too tough to judge it. We'll say a day at the gym here at Atlantis. What does it cost to use the gym facilities, the fitness center, for 1 day here at Atlantis? First 5 answers will be accepted. Closest without going over. And go.
You may be sitting there thinking, hang on a second, this is a trick question. If you're staying at Atlantis, surely the fitness center is for free.
No, no. Oh, my sides. Oh, it's good to have a good chuckle. You have to pay for the gym. Running along the beach still free somehow. They haven't figured out a way to charge for that.
Question is, how much is a day's session in the gym? Get your answers in. Remember, you can't go over.
Doc Sands raise the button. Scott Seaver ships and takes it down.
Just very quickly, I've had a tweet from a member of the social media department of PokerStars.
Oh, we do have a social media department.
Yes, this is official information. We're not trending anywhere, sadly. All that people are seeing are their tailored trends, which is what you were talking about earlier on, Joe.
That's the one. Hey, look at that. I'm a social media expert.
Okay, let's see if we've got any guesses. Carrie will be in the big blind on the next hand. Rich Ryan, $20 per day. Hang on a second. Rich Ryan is staying at the Atlantis Resort. And he's still wrong.
So he's fair, at least.
I'm all in.
I was supposed to act first, darn it.
Okay, let's see who we've got
You beat me
here.
to the punch.
Kill pop for Scott
Next time,
Seaver.
fold before I act then.
Brett says $30.
Material.
Noted.
Dave says $35.
Noted.
Material?
That's a good material.
Steven,
It's not material.
$40.
What is it?
Being hopeful.
Kerry Katz, by the way, down to 8 big blinds.
Elias, $540. Anthony, $35.
3.5, Scott? Whatever. Ballpark.
Everyone's
on
going
the
over.
Okay.
Everyone's going
Not even
over.
3.1. Just over. 3.
Massively over.
5 minutes with Stapes Mum, $55. It is way less than that.
Hugely over.
Nick's
No
like-
one,
Nick's also like
no one has yet come in near or under the actual figure.
Expectation bias reigns supreme. I will say the gym is reasonably priced. It's less than it costs, I think, for a day at the gym at Bellagio.
And as hotel gyms go, it's pretty
I
decent.
love shenanigans.
Now, if anyone was actually a fan of The Price is Right, they would know after hearing all these overbids that all they needed to do is bid $1, and they would have won the competition. What's the over-under of number of dollar tweets we get now?
Joe, how many people watching do you think are regular Price is Right viewers?
Free, does that count?
No.
45, 35,
Here we
100.
go. Here we go. This one coming in from Jamie. $8.99. Well, basically that is the first one that's come in below.
Oh. Shh, quiet, lives on camera. Hello, Olivia.
It's actually substantially more than $8.99, but by default you win, Jamie, because the actual answer was
$15.
$15 a day.
One week at the gym here. Not a bad deal, actually, considering it's $15 a day. 1 week at the gym, $50. Talk Sands with Jack 9 in the small blind again, raises it up. Nick Schulman with a king decides to fold. Now, Michelle at the beginning of the day was dealing out cooler after cooler. Jessica, not so much the Widowmaker. Hey, Liv. Hi. Hello.
It's just a number.
Benjamin asks, when are the blinds going up again? 23 minutes time, sir. And obviously, we've got new viewers joining all the time. Tommy C is a new viewer, and he asks, can you give us some background info on Carrie Katz? Because I've never heard of him. What can you tell us, Joe?
Well, I went over Kerry Katz a few times, but I'm going to read the official information we were given on Kerry Katz. Here we go. Currently residing in Las Vegas, Nevada, Kerry Katz is the chief executive officer for the 7th largest student loan company in the United States, the College Loan Corporation. In 1999, Katz founded the CLC and has helped more than 800,000 students, providing them with over $19 billion in college loans. This 41-year-old is the acting chairman of a Stop Child Predators nonprofit organization founded to help protect children and hold their victimizers accountable. Katz has a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration from the University of Georgia and currently lives with his wife and 6 children. Katz is also a successful poker player. He made his first appearance in the winner's circle on the tournament trail in 2004. And that comes courtesy of Justina from the television department. Thank you, Justina. Now, do you guys have your own version of The Price is Right in the UK, or do you get the American
I
one?
only had 10s.
Oh, that's gotta sting. King's in the big blind, and he gets a walk.
Friends.
No, we had our own version. Initially hosted by Leslie Crowther. He's dead now. Then Bruce Forsyth did it for a while. I don't think it's still on TV.
Hey, Indy, strong bridge, strong wood. Indy. Chao Chi, La Tutanta. He no nut, he crazy. Anyone?
All in.
All in.
Yeah, this guy knows what I'm talking about. Fortune and glory, kid.
I think I had you.
Turning it up a call?
It's a good question, Scott Seaver. Sometimes people will table their hand when they're calling. Sometimes people table it when they're folding. My guess is 4-9 is a call, but I guess it's a judgment call on the dealer's part.
Getting frisky with King 9 suited?
Grant is claiming that he doesn't live too far from
Shoving
Antarctica.
the King 9 suited.
Yeah, but New Zealand is its own country, Grant.
Especially to describe that play.
And New Zealand?
One of the good ones.
Exactly.
I'm sure with 7 blinds, you're not shoving with that either.
Can't disclose that.
Yeah. All right.
Well, for those of you asking about the PCALive free roll, which is just about to get underway,
That's good.
Blom is the password. B-L-O-M.
Caused a little
Blom.
bit of damage to you guys. Well, not you. them.
Blom, 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 blom.
I'm gonna let it go. Probably shouldn't.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kerry, you probably shouldn't. King 10 is what he just ditched there. Usually the rich guys don't play so tight.
I've just been informed that we do still have the prices right on UK TV, and it's hosted by Joe Pasquale.
If you're wondering how Joe Pasquale ever got a TV show, I'm on one somehow. Who is Joe Pasquale, by the way?
He is a TV presenter
Oh,
and unfunny comedian from the United Kingdom. With a squeaky voice.
Unfunny comedian named Joe.
Story checks out. Ali asks on Twitter, what do you do in your spare time besides commentating? Are you asking specifically at Atlantis, or what we do like when we're not on location or doing TV shows? Because they basically just keep us in a box and bring us out when we're needed.
200.
I play a lot of video games and get rejected by women. Pretty short answer.
I love the fact that you just summarized your entire life in one short, sharp
Yep.
sentence.
Well, I mean that's the SFW version.
You have 3, Scott?
Yeah, like on the
Scott
dot.
Seaver with a fairly loose defend. Or just coolering the pants off the guy who raised. Top pair for Sands, bottom 2 for Seaver.
Check.
And it goes check, check. I do not expect it to go check, check again. And it does, wow. Does anybody want to try to get some value?
Call.
2 pair.
2 pair good.
Wow. You would.
I faded, not doubling. Jeez.
Somehow Doc Sands lost the minimum.
Better show him again just so they can.
Flopping top pair.
I'm not greedy. But I need the call. I'm greedy enough to ask for the call. But check. Who checks that with the queen?
Good question, Scott.
Feel good about that one.
God, I would too.
Ali has actually clarified his question.
Like, jumping and cheering, but that's probably
Well, when you're handicapped,
You do what you can.
there's impediments. to
Yeah,
jumping and
exactly.
cheering.
Ali's question says, yes,
feel
when
like
there
I
are no
just won
tournaments to broadcast,
1.5
how do you
million.
make your
Yeah.
living?
Well, we do 52 episodes of the EPT TV show last year and this year, which kind of keeps us busy. I collect bottles and cans and have an Etsy page where you can find many of the various clothing items that I create in my spare time, many of which are constructed from human hair, my own. Totally humane. Kerry defending his 10 big blind stack with Jack 9 suited. Both players miss. Doc Sands flops a gutter ball. Cats is ahead with Jack high. He's not likely to know it though.
There's something very important I need to address when this hand is over. Don't let me forget.
Aye, aye, Captain. Important thing to address. Scott Seaver's on the rail. What did we miss?
Take it.
Yeah, I just said Ace or King. I was going for the check raise. They checked back again. Yeah.
Right there is a veritable poker brain trust.
I'm very pleased that so many of you are taking part in the PCALive free roll, but I don't need graphic descriptions of your bust-out hands on Twitter.
That's what I was okay with.
Is that the important thing you needed to address?
There were many.
It is. Because it's kind of clogging up my timeline, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to read any of them.
Right. You guys should send those to James's personal email account. I was going to make one up, but I was afraid I might give out your real one because I can't remember what it is.
Under the gun raise from Shulman with sixes, gets the job done. Just a reminder on the stack sizes, Stands way out in front with
unreal.
7.4 million. Seaver's got 3.5.
That was unreal.
Shulman's just
You're
over
lucky-
3,
you're
and then
unlucky
we've
you
got
didn't get 2011 Doc Sands. You
Mr.
would've never-
Katz with
never avoided
690,000.
going broke there.
7 big blinds.
Still plenty of chips
Nah,
for
I
him to
just have
call
better mentors
pre-flop and
now.
fold on the flop.
Just happy to win.
It's been a good level for Scott Seaver, not so good for Doc Sands or for Carrie Katz for that matter.
Could have been way worse for Kerry Katz.
All in.
Raise to 200,000.
Seaver
all
raises. Katz
How much
shoves.
was that?
You got a call.
Call has been called.
You'd be surprised.
It's like, how much is that? 6?
You know, Vanessa said he's kind of tough to read, so I think he's been pretty easy. He's pretty forthright when he wants you to call.
in. Raise to 2, all in.
I got a pair. Pretty good pair.
I understand that, but
You beat queens?
okay, what happens after I win 480 more? If I win this, or if I lose?
Got an ace, you got a call.
Call.
Okay.
Scott Seaver did, in fact, call.
I'm at queens after the flop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
heard
don't.
that. I assumed you had that. I'm like, oh, I can easily chop against ace queen. So easily. It happens all the time, right?
Scott called it with ace 3.
Yeah, I haven't really run the numbers, but I'm pretty sure that one just chops all the time.
Not a huge chance of a chop here. think there's a better chance of Scott hitting his 3.
Not
Not anymore.
I saw the ace. I'm like, oh, this is definitely going to find a way to chop here.
Chop's less now.
Chop is much less now. Yeah, king, king. Ace. Ace.
Anything but a 4-5. All right, good.
480.
That's how you want to win them.
Scott drawn dead on the turn.
One in this faction, this dominating faction.
Yeah.
Curiosity has not killed the cats yet. Now I'm on a roll. Thank you, Lance Bradley.
So Cats doubling up to
Gotta
more
stand up after that one.
than 1.5 million. Now playing a 15 big blind stack. Seriously, will you get down off that thing?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm just looking over my kingdom here.
You're actually making me really nervous, because if you fall, you're going to fall on me. And you're not particularly light.
I'm not particularly agile either. Like a cat.
Oh my.
Zuh.
Cats now with 16 big blinds.
Still far from being king of the jungle.